To the poet of Angono, art is wedded in an indissoluble bond with the soil from which it springs. No painter of his time was more closely attuned to the spirit of his land and people. Carlos Botong Francisco, National Artist of Visual Arts. Hello everyone! Welcome back to a new book episode. This is my channel, youtube.com/Margo Kamaya. So for today's episode, I'd like to feature Botong Francisco, or to be exact, Arte Filipino by Vebal Foundation, The Life and Art of Botong Francisco. So Carlos V. Botong Francisco is one of the proponents of modernism in Philippine art. He was born in 1912 and died in 1969 at a very young age of, I think, 59 years old. Right? So Botong Francisco studied in the University of the Philippines in the early years of University of the Philippines. He was under the tutelage of Fernando Amorsolo. Okay? But unfortunately, he wasn't able to complete and get his diploma in UP Fine Arts. One of his classmates there was Purita M. Calao, who would also be a very important figure in modern art, in Philippine modern art. Back to Botong Francisco. As for some who are very familiar with the art of Botong Francisco, he has a very unique style. And whenever you're looking at different samples of Philippine art, one can easily distinguish the artwork of Botong Francisco. So we are very lucky, especially because the National Museum of the Philippines, particularly the Fine Arts building, was able to borrow. It's currently on loan since 2018. The mural, which was originally located in Manila City Hall, Filipino Struggles through History, by Botong Francisco, which was commissioned by the Manila City Hall. And of course, the 3 panels commissioned by the Philippine General Hospital is also on loan in the National Museum. So before the pandemic, December of 2019, I was able to visit the National Museum, and I was totally in awe of the Botong Francisco exhibit. So if you have the opportunity, I hope that once everything has settled down, and the National Museum is again open to the public, very, very important that we visit it. Botong Francisco is considered a folk saint of Angono Rizal, and because of him, Angono Rizal now is very known for its arts and culture. Okay, it's really because of Botong Francisco. Alright, so just to show you, okay, this was published by Vebal in 2010, edited by Patrick D. Flores. I had to wait a few months in order for me to get a copy, because they ran out of stock. So I waited for, I think, almost 6 months before I was able to purchase a copy. I purchased this, I think it's between 2,000 to 3,000 pesos. I completely forgot if it's like 2,600 or 2,400 here, but this is worth it. Again, worth it to have in your collection, especially if you are a fan of modern Philippine art. Frankly, I'm not really a fan of modern Philippine art, but I would say that if I were asked which is one of my favorite artists for that genre or age or period, it would be Botong Francisco because of his historical murals, no? And one thing is that the growing, the themes he would normally recycle. Okay? He would normally recycle his themes as well, no? So snippets or vignettes of the Philippine struggle through history can also be seen in individual or separate pieces that he created for other commissioned art. Okay? Oh, yeah, by the way, there's also, for the Philippine Heart Center, he also did the mural in Philippine Heart Center, but it's a little bit controversial because it was made during the Marcos era, no? And, okay, enough said. So, just to show you what the book looks like inside, okay? Okay. Botong also had a version of Van Gogh's Potato Eaters, but instead of Potato Eaters, he said Kamote Eaters. Okay. I know that some might say that his style, no, his art style is similar to like Diego Rivera because it stands out. It's, I wouldn't say cartoonish, but the colors are very impressive, no? It pops out of the canvas or of the mural. And it's very distinct. And I also like the way that he frames. So here. Okay, so these are costumes, no, that he designed for films because he also was a costume designer and production designer. He actually did a lot of Manuel Conde's movie. Manuel Conde is well known for his Genghis Khan, movies. So, and his other costume drama. So, Botong Francisco was the costume designer as well as production designer. And of course, definitely the most popular is Gerardo de Leon's Nole Me Tangere, 1961 movie. So, Botong also did the costume and production design for it. Okay? And he's well known. He's very astig, no? He's very cool. He had a 50s vibe because he wears a lot of denim. He's well known to wear denim. Okay. Actually, he did... So, here. So, a lot of his major artworks are represented here. This is it, no? This is the Potato Eaters. Or Kamote Eaters, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. This is his version of Van Gogh's Potato Eaters. Or Kamote Eaters. Very nice. So, early works. You can see the difference, no, in his style and the colors, but the colors are almost the same. So this is the funeral march for Botong Francisco in 1969. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this is so worth it, no, this book. See, very realistic, no? He's like a modern realism. Okay, here. The cutouts. This is what is nice about this book as well. Okay. You can see the panels. Okay. Let me just make sure I don't... No, it's so hard to get a copy of this already. So, here. Okay. Representing part of the mural of the Filipino struggles through history. Francisco Balagtas and Jose Rizal. So this is the Stations of the Cross. So if you've, I hope you didn't miss my opening montage for this video, because I showed some of the works in the National Museum, no? Exhibited in National Museum by Botong Francisco. Works by Botong Francisco at the National Museum, which I took. Nice, no? Additional. Okay, so there you go. Just wanted to highlight one of the unique artists that the Philippines produced in the 20th century. Carlos Botong Francisco, who was hailed one of the first national artists for visual arts. Okay. I hope you get a copy. You know, you'll treasure this book. You will be inspired to be Botong Francisco. Okay. So thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.